So here's something interesting with your contacts on LinkedIn versus your connections. Yes, there's a difference, and actually, it's a little bit confusing. So your connections on LinkedIn are actually your first degree connections. So there are other members who have LinkedIn profiles who have accepted your invitation to connect. So you could see here I have these first degree connections. And when I'm on my contacts page here, by just going to connections on the LinkedIn menu, you see that your first degree connections have this blue icon, the blue LinkedIn icon beside them. And then also there's other icons that tell you where the contact came from, or how else you're connected with them. For example, David is in my Google um, contacts list, and he's also a first degree connection. Now, what happens if you want to see only your contacts but not your connections? Uh, LinkedIn makes it a little bit confusing here. So even though it says you're viewing all contacts, actually contacts are a little bit different than connections. So first of all, that's confusing how they label this here, because um, right here I'm going to view only my connections, okay? But when I view my contacts, which really should be like my address list, or people that I've been in touch with before on LinkedIn, either through an invite that hasn't been connected yet or accepted yet, or maybe an in-mail that I've received, um, that's a little bit different than a connection, okay? So you can't really see your contacts that are not your connections. Um, so it's really hard to see that. Now, I've looked every single way. Now, what I've found is a specific URL that will show you only your contacts who aren't your first degree connections. Now, you might be wondering why this comes in handy. Well, these are all people who, for example, that I have been in contact with, or who I have invited, or who have invited me, but I have not connected with. So this is a possible opportunity that I could contact these people again, or maybe tag them so I can get back to them more easily. But anyway, the way I found this is by typing this in to the URL, the address bar. So you just change after the pound symbol, question mark, sort order equals new, and connections equals disabled, and source equals linked in %20 internal. Okay? Now, there is also another way to get there. But anyway, you could see that these are not your first degree connections because they're gray icons. Now, you might be wondering how to get there a different way. Just keep on scrolling down until you see a gray icon, and then click that, and that's basically the secret way to get there. Now LinkedIn is only showing you connections or contacts that are not your first degree connections.